Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. As you can tell by the title, we are back again with yet another review. Now in today's review we will be taking a look at the women's exclusive Air Jordan 14 lipstick, and this is a really exciting shoe for me. This is actually a shoe that I picked up for my sister. It's not a personal cop for me, and it actually turns out to be her very first and only pair of Jordans in her collection, so great place to start. So I'm really excited for this review. I'm really excited that you guys came through to watch this video, so massive shout out to any of my returning subscribers. If you are new around here though, and it's the first time you're seeing me or my videos, welcome to the channel. On this channel, we do release brand new sneaker content just like this each and every week. So if you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. If you do go on to enjoy this video, please give us a massive thumbs up, which is always truly appreciated. Helps getting this video out to more and more people so we can keep expanding on our amazing community. And if you do want to reach out to me outside of YouTube, you will be able to find me on Instagram under ACS Sneakers. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. I love interacting with you guys. And other than that, we've just about got all the formalities out of the way. So if we now just go ahead and get straight into the video. So first things first, before we take a look at the shoes, let's just take a quick look at the shoe box. Now for me, to be completely honest, the box kind of did catch me off guard. I'm not the biggest Jordan 14 fan in general. I don't really have too many pairs floating around. And I'm honestly used to seeing this box with the Air Jordan 13 and not the 14. The format for this shoe as well as regular 13s looks exactly the same. So across the lid and primarily throughout the rest of the box, we do have this really nice matte silver colour. And then in the centre of the lid, we do have that red Jumpman branding. If we then just take a quick look at the label, which reads Women's Air Jordan 14 Retro Low, and this is in the black gym red metallic platinum colourway. Now this is my sister's personal size, which is a UK 5.5. And other than that, honestly, there's not a lot to actually touch on the outside of the box. Whereas if we actually do open up the lid, on the inside we have this really beautiful tissue paper. We have the red Jumpman alongside that Jordan branding. Hopefully you can actually see that. Hopefully that's focusing on camera. And then also included as a little bonus, we do actually get something else as well, as we do actually get this really nice Jumpman card. Now on this side of the card, we do actually have a smudged Jumpman, and then on the flip side of the card itself, we do have this almost like mirror detailing. I think this is actually a play on of the actual shoe being called the lipsticks. So if you are on the go and you're looking to apply your lipstick and you don't really have a mirror, this is an absolutely great thing to have for you. Also, it does read, ready, set, go get 'em. Definitely a good mantra to have for life in general. And I just thought it was a really great detail, something that adds a lot to the actual release for me. The little things definitely go a long way if you ask me. So hopefully she does really appreciate this. But with that said, you're not here for the box, you're not here for the little add-ons. So if we now just go ahead and get straight into the shoes. So without any further ado, in hand we have the Air Jordan 14 Retro Low Lipstick. Now, just to shed a little bit of light on this shoe and a little bit about the inspiration for this colourway, according to what I've read online, the inspiration behind this colourway is when Michael Jordan bent down and kissed the court. I'm not sure exactly what game he did it in, what shoes he was wearing, or even what significance it has to this release, but that seems to be the story that they're running with for this release. It's a little bit strange to me. The timing for this drop is a little bit weird as well. This seems like something you would drop on Valentine's Day or around Valentine's Day. The colorway, however, kind of seems to have that more like autumn and winter vibe to it, but breads you can pretty much just drop whenever, wherever, and people will go for it. But for me, in my personal opinion, this is definitely a shoe that they should have dropped on Valentine's Day. I'm not working for Jordan Brand, so my opinions don't really matter. It just seems a little bit odd to drop it just randomly this time of year. But now we got that all out of the way, just like we always do, I'm going to be giving you guys the best detailed look possible so you guys can decide if this is potentially a shoe you want for your own personal collection. And just like always, we'll be starting out with the upper and then working our way down. Now the upper itself is mostly done in this really nice blacked out nubuck exterior. The quality of nubuck on this shoe is actually really nice. The midfoot section feels very similar to the nubuck that was actually on the Jordan 5 Oreos. If you guys haven't seen my review, I will make sure to post a link above in the cards. If you have actually owned a pair of the Oreos from this year and you've kind of run your fingers across that material, feels very similar. Doesn't necessarily have the exact same texture. I would say that the nubuck on the Oreos was probably a little bit of a better quality. But with that said, it's still a really, really nice soft texture overall. The suede on the toe box feels really nice as well. It has a really great soft texture to it. And it also does have that slight two-tone variation as well. This will collect dust, and it's going to collect dust incredibly frustratingly quickly. It's just one of those things that you do have to bear in mind. If you do have a lint roller, that will definitely help. And do keeping it out of the way of just regular dusty places, like if you have any crates for storage, shout out to the shoe stack. Definitely something that I would highly suggest, just to keep the nubuck looking fresher for longer. Also, if you do have any of that protector spray by Rejuvenator, not a sponsored plug or anything like that, that's just something that I always use on all of my shoes, suede, leather, nubuck, and it does actually really help with avoiding things like dirt, dust, and just other grimy things. So that is another thing that I would highly suggest for you ladies if you are looking to pick this shoe up. It just helps you keep your shoe looking fresher for longer and just overall keeping it a lot more protected. Also, another really nice detail about the actual suede on the toe box is it does actually feature this really nice white Jumpman. Adds a really nice pop of contrast, big fan of how it looks, and the embroidery actually feels really good as well, so no complaints there. If we then just work our way back throughout the actual lateral side of the shoe itself, we do have that Ferrari-inspired jeweled shield with the white Jumpman branding. From there, if we then just work our way onto the heel of the shoe, we do have more sports car-inspired detailing, as we do have what I believe is meant to be like a tyre tread, or maybe like a tread for the track, and this also does feature that red Jordan branding. Now, as we've seen throughout the majority of this review itself, the shoe itself, in terms of like the upper, is done in this mostly block blacked out colour. Whereas when we actually do take a look at the centre of the shoe, this is where we do start to see that really much needed colour contrast, as in the centre of the shoe, we do have these really vibrant red rope shoelaces. Now, the laces themselves do sit atop this perforated fabric tongue, and then at the top portion of the laces and at the top portion of the tongue, we do have that Jordan branding on the front with the 14 detailing around the back portion of the tongue as well. For the most part, the laces are just actually fed through these black fabric eye stays on either side, which actually connect directly into the upper of the shoe itself. Whereas when we actually move up the laces to the very top, we have a really nice premium change with the metal eye stays on either side. We also do have some metal aglets on the lace tips as well, which I thought was also a really nice premium touch for this shoe. Something I'm only just now noticing, if you actually do look at the shoe from the side facing angle, it kind of actually looks like a lipstick is coming out of the holder. I have absolutely no idea how I'm just noticing it, but that is honestly a really cool detail about this shoe.
Well, duh.
But as we then just continue to work our way inside the shoe itself, now around the ankle collar as well as on the sock liner, we have this really nice satin red material, and the quality of the sock liner itself is absolutely fine. Feels really nicely padded underhand, and I imagine it's actually going to be really comfortable on feet. Now, when I got my pair of Jordan 14 clots, I had absolutely no issue when it actually came to the comfort of this shoe, so I think my sister's going to be absolutely fine with these. But if we then just continue to work our way even further inside the shoe and take a look at the insoles, we honestly have a really nice premium touch for this shoe, something that you won't even be able to see when the shoes are on feet. But from a collector standpoint, I absolutely love how they look. So on the left insole, we do have the red lipstick marks, whereas on the right insole, we do have that red Jumpman alongside that red Jordan branding, just like what we saw on the inside tissue paper. As far as I'm concerned, like I say, from a collector standpoint, absolutely love that detail. But moving on, if we then just continue to work our way down the shoe, now as you can see, we do have this primarily black midsole with this really nice white speckling. This is once again another reminder of the Jordan 5 Oreos with the speckling that we saw on the shark teeth. I think it works really well on this shoe, adds a really nice contrast to the rest of the upper with the black and the red, and with this little silver detailing as well, once again a really nice refined detail that just for me adds a little bit more character to the shoe, because otherwise it would look a little bit too plain even for me. One of the things that I really do like about the 14 though is on the medial side we do actually have like a small ventilation hole, very similar to what you might actually see on a Ferrari. There for additional airflow into the shoe, because the shoe itself is actually quite boxy. Isn't much of an opportunity to actually ventilate your shoes, and if you were wearing this on a really hot day, I do imagine that your feet would actually get pretty hot pretty quickly. So that little vent into the actual shoe amazing detail, love the design aspect to it. If we then switch over to the outsole, we have this primarily black outsole with hits of silver under the midfoot and also a splash of red underneath the forefoot as well as in the middle of the shoe once again. Now as far as sizing is concerned, for obvious reasons I can't try this on to actually tell you what the sizing is like for this specific shoe. But as far as my experience goes with other pairs of Jordan 14s, I would highly suggest that you just go with your natural true to size fit. Like I always suggest, if there's any opportunity for you to actually try the pair before buying, I would highly recommend that you do that just so you can understand the best fit for you. If you're not in that position and you are looking to pick this up from say StockX or GOAT, I would highly recommend just going with your natural true to size fit, and I do think that will be the best outcome for you. And other than that, I think we've just about covered everything that's worth covering on this shoe, so if we now just go ahead and wrap up this video. So just to wrap up this video in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, to give these a rating, I'm going to say a pretty reasonable 7 out of 10. You genuinely can't go wrong when it actually comes to the black and red colour blocking. Reminds you of the Chicago Bulls. It's absolutely timeless, it's effortless, it's flawless, and it just works every single time. I also love the little kind of like insignificant details to a lot of people, but in the grand scheme of things, ties it all in really well. I only noticed that the actual shoe is supposed to look like a lipstick coming out of the holder. Genuinely only noticed that halfway through this review, but it definitely gave me a newfound appreciation for the shoe itself. But that's pretty much all I have to say about this shoe, other than I really hope my sister really enjoys them. I'd really love to get your guys' opinions as well, as I'm sure she would, so do make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you have stuck around to this point in the video, I do want to say a massive thank you. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. And I hope to see you all again in the next one.